Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Control Group. I'm Marcus. For this session, we're playing Pasión de las Pasiones, a Powered by the Apocalypse game where we create our own telenovelas. That means lots of romance and drama, and just as much action, twists, and betrayal. If you want a refresher on Powered by the Apocalypse, check out our Control Group 0 episode. Now, Pasión de las Pasiones was just successfully kickstarted by Magpie Games and Brandon Leon Gambetta. I discovered it, I loved it, and I immediately brought it to the group. I thought it would be perfect for our dynamic, the way that we play. I just wanted to hang out and play, so that's why we played this one a little bit crazy and fast and loose. But thankfully, the group convinced me we had to record it, and I'm so glad we did because these episodes are awesome. So let's get to it. For this session, we have Dennis as Ziomara, Nick as Lorenzo, and Hadley as Dominic, or Dom, and I'm playing the GM, or in this game, Producción. We also had our friend Ryan sitting in as the audience, so you'll probably hear him in future episodes. Now, we started this game as a one-shot and then added another session, so there'll just be a couple episodes on this one. All right, let's start with a little bit of information on how to play Pasión de las Pasiones, and then we'll get into the story. In fabulous Cancun, Mexico, guests the world over visit to live out their dream vacations. Tourists range from world leaders to international celebrities to upper-class students, going on a spring break spending spree. Two of the greatest vacation spots on the beachfront are casino resorts that love to compete with each other. La Costa Riviera Resort and Spa is host to several themed bars and a beautiful hotel spa where you'll be treated as royalty. While San Cervantes Grand Casino showcases its stylistic casino floor and sports arena. But each resort holds no greater gem than their in-house restaurants, La Riviera Restaurante and San Cervantes Bistro. La Riviera's interior is modernist white with crystal lights and neon backdrops. Its menu is prized for expensive fish courses for when you want to taste the high life, while San Cervantes Bistro hosts shining stone interiors styled after a city of gold. Latin American guests visit to taste flawless renditions of dishes from their own childhood. The famous restaurants have competed for years, but were largely able to live and let live until an embarrassing food poisoning mishap occurred at La Riviera. It was proved to be caused by a former employee of San Cervantes, and could it be a coincidence that just the next week, the San Cervantes' busiest weeknight was sabotaged by a sick prank? Just when they were rolling out their new set of menus, dozens of fake menus were brought in instead, and placed on every table the fake menus printed some very disparaging marks about the bistro, and the restaurant's head chef insisted they all be burned. After that, the Riviera San Cervantes rivalry was assured, with the restaurants blaming every occasional mishap on each other. So, Estómagos y Corazones. It translated as Hearts and Stomachs. It's so now we're at least like 70 episodes into the show's run. It's a wildly popular series, and it showcases like all kinds of drama, but also like expensive foods and exotic locations. So people watch the show to like experience the high life. And the early like rivalry between the two restaurants was really the focus of the actual show. But now both casinos were just bought out by the same buyer.
Oh no.
So immediately they were like, what's happening? They assumed everyone was going to be fired and the leadership was going to change and the restaurants, but then we learned, wait, they were both bought by the same buyer, heiress Gabrielle Del Monaco. To make matters worse, a recording surfaced of Gabrielle saying she had no need for two fancy restaurants of such scale and would likely change one into a buffet. For tourists, whichever restaurant proves themselves will be the only one to survive. Oh, and did you hear the rumors of why Gabrielle Del Monaco bought out La Costa Riviera and San Cervantes? They can't be true, can it? A fortune, some sort of hidden fortune somewhere under the two restaurants? The very same legendary fortune that inspired San Cervantes' City of Gold interior? But I always thought it was a myth. Everyone can give their character descriptions. Who wants to start off?
Hold on. Where are the two restaurants?
Cancun.
Cancun.
Right off the beach.
Got it. Okay, cool.
There's like a bunch of, it's just a nice little strip of like a bunch of skyscrapers and resorts. And these two are right across the street from each other. They hate each other, but now they're owned by the same buyer.
Yeah, love it. I'll go with mine. Fuck it.
So say your name and then give like a visual description and your playbook and stuff.
All right. My name is Lorenzo Fuentes. I am a man with cascading hair, searching eyes, and always dressed in my uniform, for I am the sous chef of the San Cervantes Bistro. And one day, I'll be the head chef. I am playing the El Caballero playbook, and I've taken the moves. Take a stand. So when you try to step in and defend someone, I get a roll and ask questions. And then my favorite other move is size up, in which I spot something out of place, and I can ask 3 questions. One of which is, where is the nearest weapon? The second of which is, what are they trying to hide? And the third is, what's their way out?
Oh.
But yeah, that's me. I'm just the cook. Just the cook.
All right, sous chef of San Cervantes. Okay,
Yes.
Go ahead, Dennis.
Alright, so I'm Dennis, and today I'll be playing Xiomara de Placina. She is a woman. She has a silvery mom bob, high and tight. She has measuring eyes, and she has formal clothes. She wears the same pantsuit, just in different colors every episode. She was the former general manager at the La Riviera, until Gabrielle DeMonico bought them out. But it seems she's been demoted, but I guess we'll see. I have the moves Tell Me Everything, where if someone tells me their secrets, it might help them or hinder them. And my last move is Was Beautiful Once, where I get to flaunt the fact that I used to be beautiful and see where it gets me.
That's great.
Okay.
Hadley?
So I will be playing Dominic Flores, or Dom Flores. I am playing the El Jefe character, which is he's described as the general or the military individual. But in this case, I will be the maitre d' of...
La Riviera? Or
Yeah,
San
no, the one with the fish.
La Riviera.
La Riviera. I'm the maitre d' of La Riviera. And I am a very large, well-built man with business-like hair, angry eyes, and expensive clothes. And so for my features, I have a group of thugs. I have 4 to 6 individuals, and I can give them names, and I will. And I can send them to anybody, any of the characters, and send them to extract pain or money. And I can roll to see, is it going to be an easy job, and if the crew is in good health. If I send them and I get a 7 to 9, the target chooses 1 question to answer. If I get a 10 plus, the target chooses 2 questions to answer. And the questions are, your target gives your crew what you're looking for. The crew beats up your target marks a condition. Or the crew reminds your target where their loyalty lies, and your target gives up something of value to appease them.
Oh, shit.
Nice. Okay.
And on a miss, it says, your target avoids the crew and finds proof that they're yours. And then I have to tell you guys what the proof is. And then for my moves, I picked Plata o Plomo. When you demand what you deserve and you have the physical upper hand, they mark an extra condition if they don't concede to your will. And I have Bitter Rage. While you have Rageful marked, take an extra +1 to bonus to strike out.
Wow. Okay. Sweet.
You're
I know.
very violent, Hadley.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm the
What's
maitre
your name
d'.
again?
Dom Flores.
Dom. All right.
Okay, so we have Dom Flores, Lorenzo Fuentes, and Xiomara. Okay, so for the NPCs, you can read them on the bottom of your playset primer there. We have Alma La Rosa. She is the former maitre d' of La Riviera. I already wrote this earlier, and it's actually kind of perfect. So she what used to be the maitre d', and now she was promoted to like kind of run both resorts. So maybe she used to have Hadley's job, used to have Dom's job, and then Dom was put into that position when she was promoted and took Xiomara's job.
Mm-hmm.
right? So that sounds perfect.
Dom's been moving his way up through the hierarchy. I like.
So that's Alma, and she's actually not very happy doing both jobs, though. It's exhausting for her. All right, we have Santino. He is part of the security force. If you want to have him as helping your security, you can do that. We may not need him. Efrain Sanchez. He plays cards at San Cervantes. If you want to get rumors, you can learn that from him. Elena is one of the head chefs at Riviera. She's just like obsessed with finding like the next big dish that you guys are going to showcase over there. And then we have Carmen Alcon, and she is an expert in wine and the like underground, creepy wine cellars that are under San Cervantes. Okay, so those are all characters you guys can incorporate whenever you guys want to. I will as well. So. Okay, so now you guys, so if you want to look at those NPCs, you can. We also know about each other now. So now go to, on your character sheet, we have relationships, and you can put one name into either of those. Yeah, the thing about NPCs in this system as well is like, each of them has like a hook. If you fulfill this thing, they basically will always listen to you. Also, you have a move that you can, something you can kind of ask them to do whenever, they'll try to do it. So that's how NPCs work. So yeah, so let's start back with Nick again. Lorenzo,
Yes.
your relationships, we'll fill those in.
Blank is the person you go to when you're stuck and has seen your soft side. I think that could be Ziomara. I think that we're sort of a forbidden thing because we're from rival restaurants.
I gotcha.
But right, you like, I entrust you because you're wise. And maybe Lorenzo's got a bit of a MILF thing. We don't know.
All right. A Madre I'd like to fuck.
Yeah. Okay, and then I've got Blank knew you when you used to get in trouble and has seen your hard side. I think maybe the card player. Who's the card player? Was it Efrain? Yeah, I think Efrain. He'll be my guy.
Okay, sweet.
I'm trying to. I used to be part of a crew, but I'm trying to go straight now.
Sweet.
I'm focusing on my culinary expertise.
All right, back to Ziomara.
Okay, so mine are someone I've sparred with for a long time. So I think over the past couple of episodes, since she started taking over both of the establishments, I've been sparring with Gabriella a bunch.
Oh, okay.
And then my second is someone who is a broken little bird that I take care of. And for me, that's going to be Dom.
Yeah!
Broken bird?
That's awesome. I'm excited.
And where does this happen? Is this at one of your restaurants, or you're actually in the same restaurant, huh?
Yeah, we're at La Riviera together.
Okay.
Marius is still eating beans.
Okay, go ahead, Tom. Yes.
It says, someone has been a thorn in my side, a constant irritation. That's obviously Alma La Rosa, the former maitre d' of La Riviera. Of course, I took her job, but that's only because Gabrielle has given me a special mission, and there's a very specific reason why I have her job now, which will be revealed soon.
Dude, Dom is gonna Tiger King Alma La Rosa.
You freaking bet, man. And then Blank is the object of beauty you have sworn intention to possess. This is hard.
Obviously, Lorenzo.
Yeah, let's have one of them be a PC if you can.
Oh yeah, well that will obviously be Ziomara. It will obviously be Ziomara.
Ooh, you want to possess Ziomara? Ooh,
Yeah.
hot.
Well,
Okay.
my guy's he's not a good guy. He's
He's a bad guy.
So this is a good time to talk about. These are things we write these in. You don't need the permission of the other person to write theirs into yours for their relationships, stuff like that. But this system is, sexy. It's got some. What's the right word?
Hips and nips.
Exactly. So we'll be flowing with it. We'll be having fun with it. Having some sexy moments, romantic moments, some dramatic and action-packed moments, stuff like that. But if there is a moment when you're like, okay, this might not be the right kind of thing I want to be portraying, just type X in the chat. We can talk about it. It's not a big deal. it's perfectly comfortable, and the onus is on me to mention that that's an option for you guys while we're playing the system.
I like this. It's like we need a safe word.
Yeah, it says that. I have playset questions to ask each of you, and we'll make that together right now. So let's start with Lorenzo. So you are so you said you're at
Sansaventus.
you at Sansaventus now. Okay, so I'll swap that then. That's fine. So this says you used to work at La Riviera.
Oh.
But then you left to work at Sansaventus. What compelled you that you needed to switch sides, and what were you forced to leave behind?
So I think that me and Elena were both like the new young blood at La Riviera, but then I wanted to make my own dishes and have my own life presented through my food, the passion and horror and joy of life that is Lorenzo Fuentes. And they wouldn't allow me to make my own dishes at La Riviera. It was very structured, but at Sansaventus, they allowed more passion in the food. So that's why I switched over. But I had to leave behind my best friend and only ally, Elena.
Gasp.
And now we're mortal enemies and rivals.
Elena. Okay. So now, so you used to work at Riviera, which is where both Xiomara and Dom work at. So you probably at least met them, for sure. But you also used to be friends with Elena.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I still have contact with Xiomara because she was the one who gave me the job initially.
At Riviera?
At Riviera, yeah.
Okay.
And she's been my mentor. She's been my master Roshi.
Okay, perfect. So next we have La Doña. So Xiomara, you were the last person to speak to the previous owner of the restaurant before it was sold off to Gabriela Delmonico. What did you talk about? And why might others now blame you for this situation?
We just talked about, who would do the best at making sure that the livelihood of La Costa Riviera was still kept intact, who should be in charge, really, even though Gabriella kind of owns us. And I think we'll see more on the last time what exactly she did to secure that.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And we have El Jefe. Dom, Gabrielle Delmonico placed you at the head of her search for the hidden fortune.
Yes.
In this search, you found a potential crime, scandal, maybe even secret pertaining to the fortune. What was it that you unveiled?
I think, potentially, that the last... Wait, so the owners of both the restaurants left, right?
Yes, they were both bought out by Gabrielle.
I don't think they were bought out. I think they were murdered.
Oh!
Right.
I'm positive they were murdered.
Flawless. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, so we are ready to go into the sort of title sequence of the show, and then we'll do previously on. And you can give that, but first we'll do a little title sequence. We see a beach of flowing water as we're rising out through Cancun, Mexico. And we see all of the skyline of different high-rise apartments and skyscrapers and restaurants, and these two incredible-looking resorts, which now we know they're completely different from before. Now they have completely new leadership. Now they have a completely different style to them and feel to them when they used to be so optimistic and luxurious. But as we zoom inside, we see inside of the La Riviera, it's a bustling night of every single one of the tables is full of high-class customers, and they're moving trays from table to table. And as we move through the crowded floor and then into the kitchen of La Riviera, there's chopping going on, there's fires flying everywhere.
We see rice flipped in a pan, and it's Lorenzo shaking rice in one pan, and then another, and another. It's impossible. It's like he has 3 hands.
The rice is flowing everywhere, and then the waiter literally has to come and catch the rice out of the air onto the plate and bring it back out into the dining room. They bring it up to one of their guests.
Lorenzo flips pans behind his back and onto a plate and whispers, "Order up."
As we go through the window, we work our way back into all the way across the street. There's cars flashing and beeping and almost starting a big wreck, basically, because they're all going in all different directions, and we move all the way across the street to the San Cervantes, which is a similar nightlife, but this time it's not as well lit. It's more of like a classic dining room, more romantic, more traditional Mexican foods. And we go inside, but it's the same exact chaos in the kitchen. There's the same fires flowing, rice is shooting everywhere.
We see Xiomara. She's flipping rice. She's flipping it with one hand. She's flipping with another. It's impossible.
That's when Dom comes in. Are you sure you're supposed to be back here, Xiomara?
She does the little hand over her face surprise face.
It shows each of your actors' names under as you're like posing for the camera. We zoom back through into San Cervantes, through the wine cellar, into the catacombs, where we see blood. And in the blood, it's Estómagos y Corazones.
Scatter applause.
Okay, so
Fuck
previously on Estómagos y Corazones. Now you can just jump in with any kind of little something. What happened to your character last episode or the episode before that? Something that might be pertinent.
Last time, I showed Xiomara a moment of tender weakness. We found ourselves on the balcony of the hotel, and I let a secret out to Xiomara. Xiomara,
Why did you bring me here?
I have something to tell you, but you must swear you can never tell anyone. If this secret were to get out...
You know me.
I do know you. Your lips are sealed tighter than treasure. And if this secret were to get out, I might lose my job, but more importantly, lose what I am looking for. The secret
A gunshot.
to all of this.
A gunshot.
The blood on people's
Suddenly
hands.
a gunshot rings out.
On
Zero,
Dom's-
we
on
must get
Dom's-
out of
on
here.
Dom's lapel, we see a laser pointer.
Xiomara, we must
zoom
leave.
in to see where the gun was.
Oh, please.
Laser pointer was coming.
At the top of the other building on the helipad, we see Lorenzo with a sniper rifle.
Some thugs come up behind him, so he has to hold the gun up. And as they're starting to encircle him, Efrain dives into one of them and tackles them.
Yes, and Lorenzo jumps off the building.
He jumps right off of the building.
And he pulls the chute and lands gently on the beach.
That was what happened previously.
What a show!
That was insane. What an insane show, man. I don't know what's going on, but I love it.
That's Shakespearean.
That's only
man.
one character, too.
Yeah. Then flashback for Lorenzo. Lorenzo is in the dining area of the San Cervantes late at night. The sun is setting, and you see the water rippling along the shore. It's very close to the water, and he's talking with Efrain. Efrain is silently playing solitaire, and Lorenzo is leaning over his shoulder, saying, "I never could get the hang of this game." And Efrain says, "It's really quite easy. You place the cards, you match. I never understood it," Lorenzo says. Efrain says, "You never understood a lot of things." Lorenzo says, "What is that supposed to mean?" Efrain says, "You don't even know what's happening on your doorstep."
And then he clutches his chest, and then he opens his shirt and realizes there's blood. He's been shot this whole time.
Oh no! Lorenzo tries to stop the bleeding. He puts his hand over his heart, and Efrain removes his hands and takes them in his own and puts Lorenzo's hands against his own chest, a bloody handprint on his white uniform, and he says, "You have to. You have to." And then he collapses into his cards, and the cards go spilling across the floor.
Behind Lorenzo, we see 4 to 6 thugs in the doorway, but only one of them has a gun, and then they slowly close the door.
Outside,
Yeah, exactly.
Xiomara.
Outside, Xiomara is on there's like a nice little seated patio for the Riviera, and she's sitting with the former owner of La Riviera, Dio Ramon. I know you have to give up La Riviera to Gabriella soon, but I want to make sure that in the contract you write a clause securing your legacy in this restaurant. I have traveled all the way here from Colombia. I have worked as a simple dishwasher to a cook to running your restaurant. You need to keep everything in safe, capable, supple, once beautiful hands.
In the distance, another gunshot.
God damn it.
A random killing this time. Nothing to do with the show.
As Xiomara hands Dio Ramon a nice little scotch, just how she likes it, he writes up adding Xiomara to the deed for La Riviera, and then he takes a sip of the scotch, and then he begins choking. As his mouth begins to foam, he falls on the contract, as Xiomara slowly pulls it away from his foaming mouth, and leaves him there.
Alright.
Gasp.
And now the continuation. We return to episode 71 of Estómagos y Corazones. So, it begins inside of Xiomara's hotel room, when suddenly, she wakes up to hear a loud banging on the door.
She immediately checks her chest. Because it sounds a lot like gunshots. She stands up out of her bed, takes off her the sheet that was covering her. She's in like a full pajama version of the pantsuit she wears every day. But like it's got a loose like band around it, so her shirt's like slightly more open than usual. But then she heads to the door and opens it dramatically, like still leaning on the door as she's opening it.
It's Dom.
Dominic, why are you here? It's so early.
Xiomara.
As you often meet late nights and times like this, when Xiomara takes care of Dom. But he has some news to tell you.
Xiomara, the owner of both resorts. You'll never believe it.
Oh, what happened to them? Are they doing just fine?
No, you sincerely won't believe it.
I do not understand, Dom. Please tell me. As she falls into his chest.
He is dead. They have died. Poisoned.
Oh, ¿por qué? Tío Ramon.
I don't know. But we will find out. I will find out. It's obvious that whoever did this wanted the fortune behind both of these restaurants. Because they are both very wealthy and make a little too much money.
Okay, Dom, I think you are processing your feelings out loud right now.
I think I am.
Now, what do you want right now?
What I want is Xiomara to comfort me in this time, because despite the fact that I am so happy that I'm potentially going to get a promotion soon.
Never mind, you are demanding what you deserve instead, actually. Sorry, go ahead.
It's just, Xiomara, comfort me,
Okay.
please.
What's your question?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
is
it's
there
on,
specific questions?
El Jefe.
Are you taking control of this situation?
Yeah, so are you? It's a question for you.
Oh, am I taking control of this situation? No,
Okay.
I'm relinquishing control.
Are you offering something of value in return for Xiomara?
I think I'm going to give her the locket that my dead mother gave to me to always
Wow.
cherish and remember her, and I want to give it to Xiomara to show her how kind she has been to me in these
And
past
do they
few
love you at
weeks.
this moment? That's just what you think. Okay, you think they... Okay.
Yes,
Okay, so you can roll
yes,
a
I
plus
think
2.
they do. I got a 9.
Okay, so so now Xiomara gets to choose which of these. So they have to either concede to you, and they can clear a condition. You don't have any though. They can refuse and escalate, and they'll have to mark a condition, or they can just run away. But you can have something of theirs.
I'm still gonna concede.
Okay.
Dom, you have to understand, with Dio Ramon's passing, I don't know where my status in the restaurant is, but I'll do whatever I can to help you. As she's like looking at the little locket that his dead mother gave him. She comes in for like a hug as she's looking at it, and she just gives a look of like she's in full power and control right now. But then when she lets go of the hug, she's like back to worried and surprised.
And then I'm gonna say, do we have pagers? Can I say I have a pager?
What year is this?
I'm guessing it's the 90s. I'm getting a page from my from the head chef at the Riviera. I must leave now.
You are.
I am leaving now.
All right.
Goodbye.
But as I'm leaving out the door, I do a sly smirk because the locket was actually a wire.
Oh no! Oh no!
All right. Now we move into a hospital room where inside of the bed, bleeding from their bed, is Ephraim.
Can I get a doctor in here, please?
He's still bleeding.
It's been hours.
His bandages have not been changed well enough. And of course, Lorenzo is there.
Lorenzo is crying his eyes out, like just hitting the bed over and over again, crying, sobbing, screaming to God.
Lorenzo,
Yes.
don't blame yourself.
I don't understand, Ephraim. I don't understand what you were trying to tell me. No, save your voice.
I can't speak.
I promise I will avenge you. And I promise that I'll get you a doctor within the next 30 minutes.
I should say, if you want to use one of your actual character moves, I won't know those. So if you do want to ever do those, you can say that you're doing those. But
Where's the nearest weapon?
Where's the nearest weapon?
That's one of my questions.
So suddenly you hear banging on the door of the hospital room.
Uh-huh.
That's why the doctors haven't come in.
Oh no! Okay, I go to the window and open it. Open the window and look at my surroundings. What floor am I on?
The third.
The third floor. Okay. Let's see. I look to. I guess also. I'm going. I swear I'm going to. I'm going to avenge Ephraim. So I guess I'm acting with desperation.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
So ask your question first, or what's the answer to your question?
So my question is: are you handling things without guile and head on? Which I am. This is not cunning at all.
I think that's for sure. Yeah. So are you doing this for love?
I am doing it for love,
And
friendly love, and for vengeance.
Okay, so you could roll with a +3.
Plus 3.
You said yes to every question.
I got a 10.
Wow. Okay, so you managed to hold it together. So you jump out of this third floor window.
But I swing on a water pipe, and then swing to another water pipe, and another, as I cross and round the building and land at the front door of the hospital.
So you make it all the way down to the front door of the hospital.
Assassin's Creed style.
And you can see this big black limousine that's right in front of the hospital. And right inside of the window in Ephraim's hospital room, these group of people bang down, and then they open the door and they come in, and you can see shadows looking down inside of the window.
And do I see the driver of the limousine?
You're not sure. Suddenly the limousine starts up and just flies past you. It's gone.
Damn. I'll never know who was in that limousine. Taxi!
A taxi comes up.
I get in, I say, take me to the San Cervantes.
But we can't go there. It's on fire.
Hey there, everybody. This is Hadley from Control Group. If you like what you're hearing, please make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also find us on social media. Follow us on Twitter @ControlPod, control as in the control key on your computer. You can also find us on Instagram @ControlGroupPod. Thank you so much for listening. How was that shit, huh? Huh? Yeah, that was so fucking dope. That was the sexiest thing you've ever heard. You've never wanted to subscribe to a channel more than you ever wanted to now. This is great. What?
So we return to Dom inside of Ziomada's hotel room bed.
Wait, he didn't leave?
Or, no, we turn to Dom where he was in the La Riviera.
You gotta...
Yeah, you found a page.
Yeah,
Forgot about that. All right, so as you were making your way back to La Riviera, you see across the street the top of the skyscraper resort, San Cervantes, is on fire. What do you do?
I just want to say that for a moment, the audience thought they might be watching a rerun of Scrubs.
Just for a moment. This was Scrubs.
During the Assassin's Creed bit,
When Donald's face on?
the audience thought it was JD. So. But now we're on track.
Like,
now
what
we're
is
sure
this?
we're
When
watching.
Sarah Chalk is like speaking German, and, like jumps out of the window on the 3rd floor. It's like a favorite episode. Okay, so Dom.
Oh my god.
Dom, immediately, a couple of the different... So you got a page from the head chef in La Riviera. You're the maitre d' of La Riviera, right?
Yes.
So this is your boss. Now,
Yes.
Now, immediately when you get down there, that's Elena, I think, right?
Oh, immediately when I...
So,
Elena's head chef.
yeah. So immediately you see Elena, and she's like, "Where have you been? I've been working on this new flambe." And you look into the fire of this dish that she made, and then it reminds you, right, of the fire across the street in the other building. And you notice there's multiple fires going on around you. Immediately,
On another table, there's a birthday party happening. Candles are
and they
lit.
blow out the fire. Immediately, the busboy.
What do I do?
Immediately, the busboy and another one of the waiters at La Riviera run out. They start grabbing and trying to help and grab water and buckets and things, even though it's the resort and there's nothing they can do. They're gonna try and help. What are you doing?
I tell everybody, stop. Don't help. There's nothing we could do. No matter how many buckets you throw at it, the firefighters need to come do this.
The busboy comes up, but wait, we're owned by the same owner as La Riviera, as La Riviera. No,
San Cervantes.
as
No.
San Cervantes. We have
No.
to help them.
I understand, but it's almost... And I look into the camera, like fate. Like this was destined to happen or something. Like, and then I look over, and then who do I see but Alma La Rosa standing in the doorway of La Riviera. And
Exactly. And
I look over to her, and I say, "What are you doing here in our worst times?"
me?
The
What are you doing here? I'm trying to put out this fire and get as much help as I can. You're a traitor.
Fine. I would never, ever betray Gabrielle. It is you who has betrayed Gabrielle. I can't believe it. I can't believe you show your nose here. You don't even work here anymore. Get out.
Okay, I think you are striking out at someone.
Also accusing them of lying.
Yes, I am.
You are accusing them of lying, but what were you disputing? I mean,
Yeah.
Did they actually
To be
work
completely
there?
honest, I don't know.
The fact that she
I think
works there because she owns the restaurant
no.
right now.
So you're accusing Alma of lying that she ever worked
Your
here.
own boss.
So, all right. So, what's your question, Dom?
Am I taking control of the situation? Yes.
Okay.
I am taking control of the situation.
Okay, you're doing that. Do you have an audience?
Yes, there is so many
staff
people
of
around
the
us.
Riviera.
Everybody's in
Everyone
the
on the street
restaurant.
is looking to you in this trying time. Perfect. Now, have they wronged you? Has Alma wronged you?
Yes.
Sorry, that's the wrong question. Do you have evidence?
No. I have no
know if you
evidence, but I just know
Okay.
in my heart of hearts.
All right, so you get to roll with a +2.
Oh shit! I got a 7.
Okay, so you can
wow.
choose. You are right, despite what the audience has already seen, which you may need to do because usually you would already succeed, but everyone has seen her working here for like years. So you could do that, or they admit the falsehood, or mark a condition, their choice. They're surprised, scared, or flustered, and they have to act in desperation before they can try and like actually fight you. You have
I
to
think
choose
they're
which of those.
scared. I think they're scared and flustered.
Okay, so you immediately intimidate Alma, and she realizes, what do you know? No, there's no way. She snatches up the birthday candle and immediately has fire in her hands, pulls out her pack of cigarettes, lights them all at the same time, and she's pointing it at you like a weapon.
I grab a bucket of water, and I throw it at her.
The bucket or the water?
The bucket of water. I'm grabbing the bucket of water.
So I would usually have you roll again, but I think you basically gained control of the situation when you succeeded in, pointing out her lie. So you succeed in that immediately. Not only her little cigarette's fire goes out, but also she's covered in water, and she's just seething at you, pissed off that you would douse her fire, but not the fire that's actually going on in the building right behind her, or help in any way.
Meanwhile,
we return to Ziomara.
Ziomara is actually gonna walk in on this scene.
So he just left San Cervantes, and they're looking at La Riviera. They're like out on the street.
Okay, so she walks out from La Riviera to the middle of the street as well. There's no need for that, Dom.
What?
Alma and I have already had a lengthy talk. She knows what's going on.
I thought you said you would never tell anybody about us. I am so strong and have no weak points. And how dare you come out here and show everybody that I'm a little bitch.
That's not what I was doing, Dom. I'd never do that. And she falls in his arms again.
All right, Ziomara, express your love passionately.
Are you keeping your hands clean? And I think I am, because I'm protecting my little broken bird.
Okay. Now, you said what you were wearing earlier when you were in your hotel room. Are you still wearing that?
No, she's in a regular pantsuit.
Okay. Are you dressed to impress?
Yes, because it's a very nice pantsuit.
Okay. Now, do they believe that you are single?
Oh yeah, he definitely does.
Okay. So you can roll with a +3.
Alright. Great, because I got a 9.
ooh, a secret.
With the +3 included, or?
Yeah, with the +3 included.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, without the +3. I rolled a 9.
Ooh,
Okay. So, obviously that is in 10+. So now, immediately it says the target gives themselves to you, or reveals a secret they shouldn't, probably. They also have to tell you if they love you or not, and who else they love. So you can choose that heavy.
I have to choose that?
Yes. Meanwhile, the firefighters are arriving now, and they're all jumping off of their fire engines, trying to climb all the way up to the top of La Riviera, I think was
San Cervantes.
San Cervantes, which is on fire.
So I'm choosing right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna tell her a secret. My thugs are the ones that shot Ephraim. And I do love you. And nobody else, I swear.
Nobody else.
She faints for a second.
Somebody, please. I get another bucket of water, and I just, toss it on him. Wake up. Wake up, my love.
She wakes up. Oh, God. Oh, where am I?
Suddenly a taxi speeds up, and Lorenzo steps out.
He screams, sobbing, as he exits the taxi, seeing San Cervantes. He calls out to the people around him. He says, "Will no one do anything? Will no one help the building, the place I love?"
All right, Lorenzo, express your love passionately.
To this restaurant.
To this restaurant.
Without the San Cervantes, I would be nothing. I guess this doesn't really work, because how is the building going to tell me a
Why
secret?
don't we have you process your feelings out loud?
Yeah, I'll process my feelings.
So, everyone in the audience, are you rooting for Lorenzo right now? He is in
Oh,
pain.
hell yeah.
His restaurant/resort is on fire, and no one's helping except for the firefighters.
I need to understand how to get rid of this fire and save the building, save the restaurant.
So who's rooting for him?
The dad's totally rooting for him, because he's like, Lorenzo's like, I'm not gay, but Lorenzo's pretty hot. So anything he does, I'm rooting for.
Good.
The mother is off-put by his womanizing ways,
So
however.
she's not rooting for him.
She's on the fence for sure.
Okay.
Abuela doesn't really enjoy how this actor's been recast like 3 times.
Oh, you're right.
So she feels like she can't keep up with the storyline, so she's not rooting for him.
Okay, so you have one person rooting for you.
Suddenly, Lorenzo rips off his shirt, revealing his abs.
I know that I, the teenage daughter who watches this with her daughter every night, with her mom every night, she is rooting for Lorenzo, so you can get a +2.
All right, Lorenzo takes the shards of his shirt and wraps them in a headband around his head. Got a 7.
The audience reveals a crucial event going on outside of you. I don't know if we need more going on. Anyway, the audience tells you how you might find love for a partner that they choose, or the audience tells you how to get blank someone to do blank.
Okay. Well, I'm really searching for how to put out the fire.
All right. So you're searching for how to get everyone to help you put out the fire, basically.
or the quickest way to do so.
To put out the fire. Okay. So now the audience can help work with him now. What do we want to see him do to put out this fire?
The dad's like, I want to see him pee all over the building.
Thanks, Dad.
Something
no.
that's helpful to him.
He pushes the resort into the river, into the ocean.
What about El Madre?
Why don't we just...
What about the Madre?
What about a sensible answer?
He turns on all the sinks in the building.
La Abuela?
The abuela's gonna suggest that if everyone remembers from the last 4 seasons, that Dom, before he became El Jefe, was El Firefighter. So he could easily help this out.
So
He knows exactly what to do.
realize
Yeah.
that Dom was actually an expert firefighter.
Yes.
If you could convince him to help you put out the fire,
Yeah.
both of you could just commandeer the
All right,
fire into
all right.
yourselves, honestly.
Okay. So Lorenzo looks around the scene, sees the firefighters, realizes they are worthless, to scum human being, and finally locks eyes with Xiomara briefly. But then Dom, and he runs over and he pushes Xiomara aside and Alma, and he bows before Dom, kneeling.
Wait, hang on. Before a little bit of table talk here. How? Like, is this like the 100-foot journey? Like, are they like right in front of each other? You know what I mean? Like the resort and the restaurant. You know what
They're
I mean?
right across the street.
They're right across the street from each other.
Okay.
You two were
Oh,
across the
perfect.
street from
Okay,
each other.
perfect.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this street's been blocked off, so there's just like a crowd gathering.
Yeah.
Lorenzo kneels in front of Dom and he says, "Senor, I know that our two houses, both alike in decency, have always
In fair Cancun.
in fair Cancun, where our scene is laid, have been at each other's throats for so many years. But I also know that you share the same passions I do for food and for conversation and for luxury and life. And I promise you that if you take charge of the situation and use these fireman pawns as I know you are able to do, that I will tell you who has been hunting for your life, and I will kill them myself."
Oh shit! Does he got a roll? Because that was a lot.
No.
No?
You go ahead and decide.
Okay, I'm gonna say I understand, and you were right. I was wrong in judgment before. I'm gonna get my 4 to 6 thugs to help me out.
They have firefighter outfits on.
They've all got firefighter outfits on. And I want them to push the firefighters out of the way, and we're gonna do this ourselves.
So you push the firefighters out of the way, and you move the fire ladder and turn it to all the way to the top of the skyscraper where the source of the fire is.
Just kick it up a few notches.
Yes, your entire team climbs up the fire ladder till you get all the way to the top of the building, where flames rage.
Alright, so we get to the top, I rip my shirt off, and I rip my shirt off, and I bare my chest to the fire, and I say, "Your day is over, fire." And then, oh shoot, what are we gonna do? We're at the top of this tower. We got a hose up here.
Yeah, you have a hose with you.
Okay, we got a hose. All right, I'm gonna start spraying the fire.
So you start spraying the
And
fire.
then,
Expertly.
yeah, and then the 4 to 6 thugs, like, so we're all on a ladder. Like, what's?
This is your scene.
There's 7 of us on a ladder. All right, I'm gonna tell them to jump. So how close are we to the windows?
You're like right off of them, yeah. But this is like the 40th floor.
This is the 40th floor. I'm gonna have my thugs destroy the windows, and they're gonna jump in, and they're gonna start turning on the sinks so that all the water can start to flood. And they also take their shirts off. They like rip them off, and then they put the shirts to clog the sinks up
like an
so
action
that the
movie for
water like over.
firefighters.
So your group of
Exactly.
thugs, they fashion rope on the sides of the ladder and just what's the word?
Swing in Die Hard style.
Swing into the windows, break it. Inside, it's full of smoke. There's been a fire raging. So they army crawl under the smoke and turn on the faucets on all the water. They're devoted to you. They'll do whatever you say.
The water pours out of the buildings like fountains
It
in a
starts
jungle.
pouring out of the
Waterfalls.
windows. And inside of one of the hotel rooms, there's a bang as a door slams open. It's Xiomara. She says, "Stop what you're doing now. Let the fire
I check my
rage."
chest.
And that's where we'll end our session for today. Tune in next week to conclude episode 70 of Estómagos y Corazones. Which, I can't believe that became our official title. I'm sorry, it was just like a joke placeholder that I had. I can't think of titles. It's fine, I guess. Okay, again, we're playing Pasión de las Pasiones by Brandon Lee Gambetta. Check it out at magpiegames.com. I'll see you around.